This is still The Press, reaching you live from the Abuja studios of KAFTAN TV. And our second guest is here in the studio with us now. And his name is Obadiah Mbila, the founder of the Love Work Media. You're welcome to the program.
Thank you, Francis.
And happy independence. You're looking so
Nigerian.
And Annabel, it's really, really beautiful seeing an elder statesman still donning the Nigerian color with so much pride.
Regardless of whatever we've gone through.
It's really beautiful.
Incidentally, we saw in Nigeria where the flag was cherished very, very much. Nobody pursued you or persuade you to use the flag. You look for it, you choose it. You know, but here they remind us, remember the flag. No, in my childhood days, we were so eager and so proud to raise the flag. But the whole thing has changed.
What exactly changed about the whole thing? Is it leadership problems or problems of leadership?
The passion with which we embrace the corporate Nigeria. The passion with which we embrace the symbol of Nigeria is now lacking. You see people that would ask you, for what reason am I going to raise the flag?
Who Nigeria help?
So, but I trust God that in His time, will be restored.
Most definitely, we agree with you on that.
Okay then, Nigeria at 63, it's been a long time. It's been a long time coming. If a man or a woman is 63 years old, if he or she doesn't have grandchildren yet, grandchildren should be very, very should be very close. Now, Nigeria at 63. We're going to be getting started from the President's Independence Day speech yesterday, and as expected, it has generated a lot of comments from the social media, from the opposition party, and from every section of Nigeria. As an elder statesman, what do you make of the President's speech as regards the independence and the promises and what they intend to do in the next couple of months?
Well, you know, it has become formality that during season like this, independence, other public holidays, the president has to present his speech. Now, over the years, even before the coming of the present Commander-in-Chief, Bola, Ahmed, Tinubu, we have seen that no matter how promising those speeches were, they end up, you know, being consigned to the bin. Those bin. And so, no action to back it up. So, where are we going to comment? Are we going to talk about the eloquency of Mr. President, his diction, or the content of his speech, as it were? They are all good, but where are we? We have several promises since the coming of the present APC government in 2015, were promised that over 3 million jobs will be created. 8 years after, we didn't find 100,000 jobs, not to talk of 3 million. We promised that 5,000 naira will be paid to unemployed people as a monthly stipend. You and I are witnesses of what happened to 5,000. We were promised that the Ministry of Humanitarian Affairs was created to support indigent people and families. And they received such whooping sum of money in their budget. Accountability today shows that nothing was done. They told us how many times they fed pupils at the primary school. And the pupils said, we didn't eat anything. So here again, we have 63 Independence Anniversary speech of Mr. President. Beautiful promises. But
implementation.
Because of our past experience, we are like, well, it's the usual.
So is that the reason why it's generating so much reactions? Nigerians are already tired of too much talk.
Is it? There's this. How do they put it? Not today. So the speech is not today. But if I were Mr. President, knowing the mindset of Nigerian people, I will indeed back it with action.
With actions.
Let's quickly take this call before go ahead. All right, I think we lost it. All right, because you talked about that and speech. But then, like I said, I asked if that's the reason why you have so much reaction. But then you have the president's wife come out to say that my husband is not a magician, that he's going to treat everything that he has said brick for brick, wall for wall, and he's going to solve Nigeria's problem. But then someone came out to remind us that he said he was going, that when they talked about his health during the elections, he said it is not a laborer's job, it is a mind job, so he's able to do it. So at some point, I'm just wondering where that part of being a magician actually came from. If he said he's going to do it, we allow you do it. So I'm just wondering where that magician part came from. So I'd like you to touch on that. And then secondly, even as we're talking about the presidential speech, let's also add labor, the labor union, the organized labor union that came out. Guardian newspaper decided to caption their own as federal government dangles 35,000 naira wage top-up, others as labor revisit decision. So it's like you say you want to go for strike, then we're dangling 35,000. So that 35,000 is just to a particular sector. And like the former caller said, what happens to local governments? What happens to the private sector? What happens to those who are not even either in the private or in as a civil servant? Let's get your reaction on that.
Well, the first is distinguished Senator, Her Excellency, distinguished Senator Oluremi Tinubu's comment concerning the husband. If I were her, I would not be the one to raise this matter. If your husband is not a magician, he recognized the enormity of the job he was called to do. And like you rightly pointed out, when they reminded him the volume of work that will confront him, he told us to the hearing of everyone, the job is not a laborer's job. It is a mind, an intellectual job. Now he is on the seat to demonstrate the level of intellectual capacity
that he spoke about,
bring to bear on the problem of Nigeria. And the wife is coming to remind us that he's not a magician. Well, first of all, coming from the First Lady, it is a wrong quarter. I would have wished that any of the ministers, especially the Minister of Special Duty, was the one to say this, and then we will start tackling him. But the wife, who is in the other room with the president, coming to tell us, we will conclude that he has the other room experience of the incapability of the husband. And that is why she's telling the whole world to know that, look, my husband is not capable to do miracles.
So is it sounding to you like you're all be calming down? Please, we know that there are problems, but my husband is not a magician, so just calm down, please.
Or more like, we know there are problems to be fixed, but these problems are not going to be fixed altogether overnight.
Well, whichever angle you are coming from, all I'm saying is that she's not the right person to tell us this. Her role is to continually encourage Nigerians to support the husband to do more. That's my take on that. Now coming to the olive branch that comes in form of 35.
Now 35.
Now 35,000.
Sorry, 35,000 naira increase. I said this the other time here in this studio. A government that acts like it acts before it thinks is not good enough. It erodes confidence in the people who wants to believe the government. Now, don't you look at this offer as a way of calming down the
dousing the tension?
The tension? Is it a solution? If it is all to say, don't go on strike, or we will give you this.
We'll give you, and then maybe by the end of the day, you just hear that we decide to shoot our sword. So what happens to other people?
So where they are targeting, in my mind, is those that are in the leadership of Nigerian Labour Congress and those that are the local government, far more outnumber those that are at the federal level. So the problem has not been addressed holistically. So that alone tells you the mindset of government is not to confront the gamut challenge that is between them and the labor. The labor will read meaning to the offer. They want us to back down on this agitation to go on strike. So we will go back to business as usual. And for me, you are selling out your unpreparedness to tackle the challenge.
All right, then let's quickly take other stories still on the national dailies. Before we go ahead, let's just quickly take this call. Hello, good morning. Good morning. Please turn down the volume of your TV set. All right, go ahead.
Good morning.
Good morning. Go ahead. Calling from
I want to emphasize on the issue of the first lady by telling the entire nation that the husband is not a magician. Now, normally I do tell you people, more especially when you are having this program in the studio, that I don't normally believe in manifestos. Like you are supposed to see it now. During the campaign, we are supposed to see the president commenting that he's going to make sure that he recruited 5,000, 50,000 soldiers. Now, most of the problem we are having in Nigeria now is insecurity. We have been battling about this Peace Corps of 18, which I know is one of the body of security outfits. The bill has been passed from the National Assembly. For how many times nothing was being said towards that side? Okay, in terms of police, how many police we have in the entire nation? I don't think they are up to 50,000 or 6,000. I don't know actually, but they are not up to the amount that's supposed to tackle security within the town sectors, not less of the outskirts.
All right.
Moreover, the same thing is happening to the military. So what are we saying in essence? If happens that they know that the masses are not going to believe in their manifesto, better for them they don't even say anything. Okay, look at labor now. Like last week I was like commenting that we don't have trust in the labor anymore. What is the outcome of the meeting Ajero has with the federal government now? Say he's going to come back and meet to his people. Which people? They have already sent him. They give him what they want. If all this thing happens to them, I want to believe that them that are in the presidency, first of all, let them make sacrifices.
All right, thank you so much. We have to let you go. Thank you so much for that contribution. Our time is fast spent. So we have less than 4 minutes now to go. So 2 questions. I know Francis has one, but now would like you to just put them together even as we begin to round up. A Vanguard newspaper says Wike moves against Okada operations and open grazing in Abuja. We saw that coming, but a lot of people believed and said that it is not going to happen, that he cannot stop open grazing, he cannot stop Okada operations. But then we've seen how much insecurity one chance has taken over the FCT, and it's worsening every day. But now he's coming out to say that he's moving against open grazing and Okada operations. So how much will the ripple effect then come back to haunt the same people, FCT residents, who are even complaining of insecurity already?
Well, the open grazing issue, I feel ashamed when I see the cattle rearers wandering freely, even down to the road leading to Aso Villa. It's quite embarrassing in a country's capital. Must they graze in Abuja? Are there no other grazing areas in Nasarawa, Niger, Plateau, and so on and so forth in the surrounding,
or even the forest areas in the FCT? They can graze.
Yes, yes. But it appears that the way they carry out their businesses, no one can keep us under control. That's not good enough. And I just believe that the Meetiala should have a way of calling their people to order. Okay. This is national embarrassment. The Okada thing is to add to the injury that people are already nursing. Today, the spate of kidnapping by this one chance business has increased astronomically. Every day in FCT,
every day,
where you're supposed to have #1 security apparatus, we are having reports of people who have this experience or the other with this one chance, and nothing has been done. We have not heard about arrests and so on and so forth, which means the security agencies are already overwhelmed.
So do you now think that when they decide to clamp down on those Okada riders, or those
situation, it's definitely going to have a ripple effect? But very quickly, in 90 seconds before we go, this very issue is currently rocking the Nigerian boats on the international on the international scene. I'm talking about the president's academic record at the Chicago State University, which the court in Illinois has ruled for the release of the documents. And from Tinubu's camp, they have said that even with the release of the academic records, it will not add anything to Atiku's petition at the Supreme Court. In summary, what do you make of the whole?
Quite unfortunate that the Chicago thing, from the action of the pro-Tinubus, we know that there is something someone is hiding. And for them to say that it will not add, which means they already know the standard of that record, we know from all that has come out so far, but from Hyundai's revelations and so on, that there is something fishy about the Mr. President's academic records in Chicago State University. That said, it is like the president is now enjoying immunity, and therefore his handlers are saying that even if it is proven that there is a criminal record against a sitting president, what will it add? Because they already have immunity. That's what they are saying. Not that the records in of course, so much has been done to block the release of that distance. They should not forget also that it was in the prayers of Mr. Atiku Abubakar and also Mr. Obi, but because there was this, they were not able to supplant the the court that kept the record. So no testimony was given in that direction.
Thank you so much, Obadiah Mbila, Love Work Media's CEO. It's always a pleasure having this talk with you.
Thank you so very much.
All right, viewers, that's where we end this show. Thank you so much. We'll bring our social media corner from tomorrow. Like I said, we have a lot to unbundle in that section. So I'll see you again tomorrow. My name is Annabel Orji. Happy Independence again.
And I am Francis Adeniyi. Once again, happy independence.